a Dad's Guide podcast, episode number 6. My name is Anthony Kim. Today, I'm going to read you a chapter from my book, A Man's Guide to Newborn Babies, on baby calming. Baby calming is one of those awesome skills that you want to have when you have a newborn in the house. It is a skill that does require patience and effort to develop, but it is very well worth it. When you're able to calm your baby, you develop this close connection with her. You feel far more involved in newborn care, and most importantly, you give your overworked wife a break. So your wife handles the vast majority of the childcare, at least in the first few months of a baby's life. So it is incumbent upon you to try to help out as much as you can. And one of the ways you can help out is by calming the baby, which is going to happen several times a day. So this is a chapter on baby calming. It outlines some of the things that I found worked for me. But it's important to understand when it comes to baby calming, you need an arsenal of techniques in order to do it properly. One thing might work one day and another thing might work another day. You might have a string of weeks where one technique or two techniques work very well, and then all of a sudden they stop working. So it's really good to be adaptive when it comes to baby calming. This is the chapter on calming in A Man's Guide to Newborn Babies. You need to find ways to calm your baby. Your sanity depends on it. Crying takes its toll on both baby and parents. If parents do not know how to calm their baby, then this persistent crying will cause exhaustion, depression, and marital disharmony. In such a state, parents can act badly and even put the baby in danger. How can an exasperated and exhausted parent effectively hold a baby without tripping over furniture or dropping her? Also, babies need to be calm to develop well. How can a baby breastfeed, learn language cadences, or practice motor skills when she is bawling her head off at all the time? Calming is an absolutely essential skill for new moms and dads. So without further ado, here are my nuclear weapons for calming my baby girl Victoria. Try these on your little one. Some of them are bound to work. So these are Anthony Kim's nuclear weapons for calming baby Victoria. Swaddling. Swaddling worked great for the first 3 weeks. Swaddling is supposed to simulate the snug environment of the womb to calm the baby. Swaddling also made it easier to handle the baby as everything is bundled up nice and tight. After about the 1 month mark, Victoria started to straighten her legs and move them around. At that point, it was tough to keep her in a swaddle, but by then Victoria did not really need it to keep calm. Side to side motion. Swinging from side to side is great for calming a baby down. Just hold her in your arms and swing her to and fro in a gentle manner. We have a couple of baby swings, of the 4 that we borrowed from friends that is, that worked reasonably well to keep our baby calm. However, if she is crying and fussy, only human contact calms her down. Baby swings are useful if you need to put your already calm newborn down for a few minutes while you need to do something else. Exercise stability ball. These bouncy balls work wonders to calm Victoria and also many other newborns. With your baby in your arms, sit comfortably on the stability ball with legs wide apart. Gently and slowly bounce up and down. Your baby will love the jiggly motion. My daughter calms down immediately when I use this technique. If the stability ball is not around, no problem. I simply do mini squats to simulate the bouncy motion, kind of like a slow motion Gangnam style horse trot. This is a great exercise for your core muscles, so you get a bonus. Make sure that you do not move too fast, as you do not want to cause any brain damage. Breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is hands down the best way to calm the baby with sucking. Babies love to suck on things. Another thing that worked is that sometimes I would just let Victoria suck on her hands to occupy herself. When she got a little bit more coordinated, she started sucking on her toes. Singing. Singing is an excellent way to calm down a baby. I have read that if you sing to the baby while still in the womb, the baby will remember the songs you sing and will find solace from them even after birth. I am a terrible singer, and I mangle all the words to both English and Korean nursery rhymes, but I can still calm down my baby. If you cannot sing, shushing also works. Just emulate a noisy vacuum cleaner. This is what I call my special holding technique thingy. Probably the most effective calming position for Victoria is with me holding Victoria lying on her stomach, draped over my forearm, with my hand cupping her face to support her head. It is like magic. She always instantly calmed down. I do not need to move her around in this position. I just need to hold her steady. I call this the quote-unquote special holding technique thingy. After about 5 seconds, I bring baby back into a standard football cradling position, calm as a cucumber. Going outside. Simply taking my daughter outside instantly transforms a crying baby into a tranquil one. It works magic on my Victoria. I'm not certain why this works, but I would hazard a guess that a baby gets tired of being cooped up inside and enjoys the fresh air, rustling of the leaves, and the bright colors of the outdoors. Hey, it works, so I'll take it. Putting her in comfort zones. Victoria has her comfort zones around the house. She loves to be on her changing table because it is where she gets cleaned up and she can see nice colorful pictures on the walls of the nursery. In her first month, she loved to be in her playpen. Later on, she enjoyed lying in bed with us beside her as it was our family time together. Figure out where your baby's comfort zones are around your home and rely upon them to calm your baby. Focus charts and colorful books. Visual stimulation is great for exercising a baby's visual cortex and has the added bonus of calming her down. Before a baby is a month old, she will like seeing high contrast images like checkerboard patterns or simple black and white pictures. These images would fascinate our baby, so we would set these up in our crib or playpen for her to look at them. After a month, a baby can begin to discern colors. Victoria was very interested in colorful children's books, so we would read them to her when she started to get cranky. Our most effective go-to book was the page-turning thriller, If I Were a Rabbit, which I must have read to her 50 times. Baby mobile. We have one of these electronic baby mobiles that lights up with various colors, rotates, and plays music. We have it attached to her crib. When we turn it on, it is like crack cocaine for her. She does this cute thing where she puts her hands behind her head and looks at the spinning mobile in childlike wonderment. See if you can find some similar automated visual stimulation, something that is not a tablet or a smartphone, of course. Different things work for different babies. The exercise stability ball trick worked wonders for my daughter, but does not for another baby that my wife knows. Our baby's favorite spots in our house are specific to her. Over the first month, you will find out what the best tricks are to calm your baby. One pretty universal trick is to drive your newborn around the block endless times. This is a tried and true method to stop a baby's crying, though it is a pain in the ass and a huge time suck. I never do this because I do not have the time and I don't like wasting money on gas. Try to develop time-efficient and easy-to-use methods for calming. I have read about the cry it out method to train babies to self-soothe. The basic principle is to allow the baby to bawl her head off for a predetermined time prior to swooping in to comfort the baby. Now, I'm no pediatrician, and I'm sure that there is some scientific backing for this method, but this just sounds too painful to me as a parent, and I would not want to put my baby through that. In fact, all of our healthcare professionals told us that cry it out is not the way to go. I prefer to do things the easier and more stress-free way in life. My wife and I calm our baby down as soon as she starts showing distress. I feel that this builds trust between us and the baby. And our baby is generally quite easy to handle, which I attribute to attentive parenting when our baby needs us. Calming is one of the most important skills for a new dad to have. Former President Barack Obama has been caught on camera lots of times calming babies at the events that he attends. Check out some of these videos on YouTube. He is really good at it. This guy was the leader of the free world, but he is also a father to 2 girls. Even he had to master the art of calming a baby. Becoming an expert at baby calming will make for a much happier family life. So that's the chapter on baby calming in A Man's Guide to Newborn Babies. You can find my book on Amazon Kindle or iTunes in ebook format, or you could get a paperback copy on Amazon. So that's it for today. The next few episodes, I'm going to be reading from another book that I've written called A Dad's Guide to Spare Time. It's kind of a time productivity and time management book for busy dads and really busy parents so that you can get spare time generated automatically and essentially use it for things that you love to do, such as spending time with your family or your projects. So that's it for today. Be sure to visit adadsguide.org to connect with me, or you could check out my Amazon author page. This is Anthony Kim signing off, reminding you to strive to be a great dad right from the start.